in the book of Revelation and also Ezekiel, if I'm not mistaken, fact check me, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a angelic being described there that has 4 faces, and it has the eagle, the lion, the ox, and then the face of man. And for some of you, this might be a stretch, but the more you dig into it, the more you might see that, okay, there's something to that. We recognize that everything that God creates represents some aspect of Him.
Yes.
And so when we started looking at these 3 of these animal faces that, when in balance, create the completeness of the face of man, or represents a fullness of. It's not a personality; it's a strength, and different people walk in different strengths. And yet you can develop any of the other ones if you want. So we're going to focus on the eagle. With that being said, so here's some notes that I wrote down in my studies this morning. The eagle embodies wind and vision. It symbolizes the ability to fix its focus on a target up to 3 miles away. Known for being monogamous and loyal, the eagle is queen of the air, at the top of the food chain, and never looks back. With a vision spanning 50 miles, it flies toward the storm, knowing the blessing is in rising higher on the winds of adversity. The eagle represents spirit, discernment, the back, wind, and the belly, always marked by a keen awareness and ability to soar above the challenges. So to break that down, first of all, that's just the science of the eagle. And I might need to fact check myself on that 50 miles thing. I think it's maybe not quite that much, but I'll need to double check that. You do your own research.
Yes.
So those are the fun facts. Now let's go into the psychology or the spirituality of that. Is when we're depressed or lacking motivation, inspiration, not feeling like doing anything, or bored, listless, and just want to hang out with ourselves, watch a movie, or scroll on social media, or play games. Escaping, yeah. So there's various reasons for that, but we're not going to focus on the reason, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to focus on how to snap out of it.
That's right.
And so whenever that's going on within you, or you're confused, you're lacking direction, not sure what to do, and lacking clarity. And by the way, when we don't have clarity or direction, we tend to get distracted more easily as an escape because we don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, when the eagle is feeling this, it would be representative of the eagle being on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what we're describing. The eagle's on the ground, which is what it needs to do to get food. But then 9 times out of 10, it
to eat food.
It swoops down, grabs its food, and then goes up into a tree to eat it.
Okay. Yeah.
To get its energy, and then it needs to rise higher so that it can see. Now, in order for the eagle to see that food, it had to get up high, and the eagle has both the big picture vision when it's up high, and also focused vision. It can see what's on the ground, very small details.
Yeah.
And how does it get up higher? Well, it needs to find a pocket of rising hot air. And one of the best ways for the eagle to find that is to go towards a storm. And when it flies towards a storm, there's a lot of air moving up, hot air, and even just rising air, period.
Yeah.
So they fly into the storm so that they can rise up higher so that they can see more. And that is representative of us also. If you we can use all of creation to draw biblical spiritual principles. All of God's creation declares the glory of God, and that's what we're doing here by studying the eagle. Is we're drawing spiritual principles in God's creation in this. So whenever we are in the doldrums and down in the dumps and hanging our head and or maybe just distracted and bored and just doing life, just in the daily grind. I'm just in the rat race, just doing my thing, just living life, dum-de-dum. Okay, well, some people are satisfied with being there. I get it. Comfort zones are very, very addictive. I'd say even more addictive than drugs, perhaps.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
to snap out of that really requires some deep, honest soul searching
Yeah.
on our purpose on this earth. We only get one shot at this life as we know it in this way, in our earth suits, and then it's eternity, forever.
Yeah.
And so we're really honest with ourselves. We don't have time to mess around, fool around with just living life and existing until we die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been there, and I recognize now it was a very selfish season of my life, where it's all about me and my life and my comfort. And meanwhile, people are out in the world suffering and dying and needing to hear the good news and encouragement.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like it's just I needed to snap out of it, and for me to do that, I had to fly towards the storm, and my storm, and that of most humans, their storm is the very thing you don't want to go towards.
Yeah.
The pain of addressing something that's holding you back.
Yeah.
It could be a forgiveness, a bitterness, offense issue. It could be
confrontation. There.
Confronting, confrontation is a big, not being willing to confront something or someone or whatever, or you're not wanting to embrace something that looks hard and difficult and challenging.
When we are focused on our mission and our vision for life, we have to say no to things and people. And a lot of times, if we have that tendency, or you have that tendency to wanting to please people, and it's hard for you to say no, I can't meet, it also gets you into anxiety. You know, we talk about eagle having a big vision because he's rising high and has the vision of so much because he's higher. Well, something that as I was writing it down, I felt like God shared with me that the vision when you go up high is for awareness of what's around you. And then eagle doesn't get scattered and get excited for all of that vision. Why does it need to go high? To find prey and to go after it. So that's a mission, and it's really focused. Soar high for bigger awareness, and yet focused on one thing, zeroing in, which means intentionality and sharp and focused vision. So focusing on one thing, choosing one thing to focus on. And how is this related to getting out of depression? Sometimes we need to just say enough is enough and get yourself out of the house, out of that room, out of that, like snapping yourself out. You go for a walk.
Change your state.
You change your state. You go get some water. You breathe. You really get yourself out and start moving towards a different area in the house even. You schedule a meeting with a friend. You go up higher in your energy, in your state, in your awareness, in your mindset. And if the eagle is a great representation of that, is that if you're hungry, you need to go up higher to have that. But a lot of times when we're depressed, we don't even feel hunger. We just eat because we want to feel some kind of comfort.
Well, when we're depressed, a lot of people tend to eat things that release dopamine in the brain. Pleasure foods, which usually is sweets, carbs, salty, crunchy, potato chip style stuff, and Snickers candy bar, because the pleasure centers of our brain fire up and give us a brief relief from what we're feeling.
Yeah.
There's one thing that you shared that is really, really powerful that I want to make sure that our listeners really grab a hold of.
Okay.
The easiest way to kickstart snapping out of what we're describing here is what you shared about getting into a different environment, changing your environment, go do something different.
Yeah.
Change your scenery. That could mean move.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
It could mean go on a walk. It could mean change jobs.
Mm-hmm.
It could mean
Move from one place to another place.
if you have the ability to work remotely, go work
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else. Like we do that frequently. We work here and we work there. Like today we're in a private room in the library and we
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And it gives us a fresh inspiration. Oh, okay, our scenery is different. We hit our mission from a new angle, new
Yeah.
perspective because
Yeah.
we've changed our environment. So
Yeah, and something else I'm going to leave with you. It's a thing that I'm really getting into more and more this season, specifically because of the month of Elul and
the Hebrew month.
the
that
Hebrew
is.
month. That's the month of reflection, repentance, connection, and preparation before the return of Yeshua, Jesus. And it's the feasts of the fall, the trumpet feasts, the Sukkot. You can learn all of that. We can cover that later. But what I was getting awareness of is that I am responsible for my own life. Where I'm at now is my own doing from the knowledge and where I'm at in life. If I like where I'm at, great, then I should do more of that. If I don't, then I need to change and do something different to create the life that I desire. And, some of you might say that, oh, but I don't know what I desire. Well, that's why you're in depression then.
It's a muscle that needs to be exercised.
It needs to be exercised, and you need to move yourself out of that we already said that, what to do. Move your body. Snap out of that mentally by going for a walk.
And you know what? And if we wanted to even go another level down, is grab a cup of coffee and then go do something different.
Yep.
I do this sometimes when I don't feel like changing my state
Mm-hmm.
or doing something different or working on my vision. I'll go grab a cup of coffee and then go do it immediately, right away.
And then the other
whatever
thing,
it takes to kickstart.
Yeah, the other thing, I just thought of that again when I was studying that. Choose to do one thing. Choose
good.
something that you want to achieve and just pick one thing. Don't go into the list of all of the things. When I have a list of things, I get kind of like, oh, how am I going to do all of this? So much, I need to do it. But what helps me is just go and say, okay, this is my next thing. I'm going to go do it.
And one thing leads to another thing.
Yeah. As soon as I'm finished, I'm like, yay, victory.
A win.
Check mark is the win for me. That's a sprout. I can celebrate and say, whew, okay, and to the next thing. And it's the same with eagle. Like when it rises up, it cannot go after 2 or 3 preys at a time. It has to focus on one. And its vision is so sharp that it sees that mouse, it sees that rabbit, it sees that food, and it just dives down right and the higher you go, the faster your speed will be. Right? So when we leave that depression state, we're like, okay, now I achieved one thing, I'm excited to go even higher for the next thing. So go do that. Do something different. Help yourself to get out of this, because there's nobody else that can help you. If you rely on other people to help you to snap out of it, you're not in control of your life. You're
Even
not
if they
taking
do,
responsibility for your life.
Even if you do, then now we're potentially getting into codependency where you're
Right.
going to need them again
Yeah.
and still be dependent upon them.
Right. And it is between you and God. You have a purpose here on earth to fulfill it. You have a gift. You have greatness that God already put into you. Discover it. Go after it. Take a step at a time. You don't have to jump leaps unless you want to. And help yourself. Then more people will come around you to support you in that. And that is movement. That is discipleship. That is unity, yoking up together on the mission, either with your spouse, right? If you're looking for a spouse, or you're married, or if you're still not there and you're single, yoking up with your friends, those who are on the same mission, to help you to push through that.
So that being said, go grab a cup of coffee and grab a pen and paper, or go change your environment and scenery. We'll see you next time.
Love you
Thank
all.
you for tuning in.
Blessings.